Hello horror hounds, welcome to the Would You Rather horror tag created by the Geek Legion of Doom, and I was tagged by Deadly Dame's Horror Extravaganza. I'll link to the Geek Legion of Doom's original video so you can see where it all kicked off, and also the Deadly Dame's video, which is really funny, especially Mandy's answers. She's clearly insane because she thinks that there's going to be no inherent problem with hanging out with possessed children, possessed dolls, possessed undead, as you'll see with the questions to come. And at the end, I'm going to tag 3 channels and link to them in the description field below. A, because I really want to hear what their answers are, and B, because I think their channel's deserving of your attention. So let's kick off. 10 questions. Number 1, would you rather spend a weekend in the cabin in the woods in the Evil Dead series, or the weekend at Camp Crystal Lake? Now the answer is clear and simple. Camp Crystal Lake. There is potential for you to survive a weekend in Camp Crystal Lake. The Friday the 13th films have survivors. The Evil Dead films have no survivors, apart from Jane Levy, and I'm no Jane Levy, and Ash Williams, the mighty Bruce Campbell. And he was the freaking chosen one, and it's not like his life after a weekend in that cabin in the woods was a walk in the park. So quite clearly your chances of survival and maintaining sanity are much better at Crystal Lake than the Evil Dead cabin in the woods. Number 2, would you rather receive as a gift Chucky or Annabelle? Mandy, what on earth were you thinking? Annabelle is a cursed demonic doll. Don't mess with the supernatural. Yeah, Chucky's got the voodoo hoodoo going on, but essentially Chucky is a serial killer in the body of what, a 2-foot plastic doll. I would fancy my chances much more against Chucky than I would against Annabelle. Send me Chucky in the post. Number 3, would you rather be a prisoner of Jigsaw from the Saw films or a prisoner from the Hostel in the Hostel films? Clearly Jigsaw. Once you are there and trapped as one of the victims in the Hostel movies, the only way out, as Hostel Part 2 told us, was to be a multi-millionaire or billionaire and buy your way out. I ain't one of those things, but at least with the Jigsaw traps, unless it's Amanda that's rigged them up, or Hoffman, those cheating sumbitches, if it's John Kramer that set up the trap, at least there's a chance that you can get out. Number 4, would you rather be trapped in a room for 24 hours with Hannibal Lecter or Reagan from The Exorcist? Mandy, why are you trapping yourself in a room for 24 hours with a possessed child? It's a demon. We're talking about demonic forces. Hannibal Lecter, as long as you're polite to him, will be perfectly polite back to you, and it will be a nice 24 hours in some polite company. And he'll probably teach you all sorts of things, and you'll leave with your mind expanded. Either that or he'll psychoanalyze you into a gibbering wreck. But he only eats the rude. He's not an uncontrollable monster. I fancy my chances more with Hannibal Lecter because I feel I can be polite and unworthy of being eaten than with Reagan, who will just, no, I don't want to spend 24 hours in a locked room with a demon from hell. Number 5. You have to go on a date with one of the following. Jennifer, Megan Fox's character from Jennifer's Body, or Syl, Natasha Henstridge's character from the Species movies, Patrick Bateman from American Psycho, or Jerry Dandridge. Either Colin Farrell or Chris Sarandon from Fright Night. I'm a straight guy. It doesn't matter. There is only one. There is only one answer. And I feel that, Paul, if you're watching, he's already getting hinky at the idea that I might not choose, but I will. Who is not going to go on a date with Jerry Dandridge, Chris Sarandon from Fright Night? Clearly the sexiest vampire in movie history. It doesn't matter that I'm straight. The chance to go on a date with Jerry Dandridge, I would jump at it. I have no qualms saying this on video and uploading it. Yes. Hang out. He can wear that low-cut V-neck sweater. We can go to an 80s themed discotheque and boogie the night away. No problem. I mean, come on. Come on. Come on. Number 6. Would you rather spend 12 hours in a city on Purge night, or 12 hours in an infected city in the 28 days later universe? Clearly Purge night. Let me break this down for you. A rage-infected city in the 28 days later universe is filled with unthinking, infected, fast-moving, rabid, psychotic animals who used to be human, who upon sight, upon hearing you, upon smelling you, will want to do nothing but tear you limb from limb. The Purge, there will be people who are hiding out, people who don't want to participate. Not everyone is going to be out to kill you. Your odds on Purge night are so much better. Number 7, would you rather be part of the team on the Blair Witch expedition or the Grave Encounters expedition? I've not seen the Grave Encounters movies. I know that as soon as you set foot into the woods in Blair Witch and find yourself within the bubble of whatever that entity is, you are doomed. So, knowing that, I'm either equally as doomed on a Grave Encounters expedition, or I have some sort of chance with that. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with Grave Encounters. Does this mean, are they worth watching? Tell me. Number 8, would you rather try to ride the shark in Jaws for 10 seconds or the crocodile in Lake Placid for 10 seconds? Oya, mamma mia, neither, but at a push, the crocodile. I guess it's got a wider back, more ridges. It can't. I could do the role. I don't know. It's a horrible choice. That's a Sophie's choice of the question. But I just the concept of the enormous great white shark in Jaws. Funny enough, I've never talked about Jaws on this channel before. True fact. Just the notion of the shark in Jaws gives me the heebie-jeebies, as the French would say, le hebe-jebe. So it's going to have to be the Lake Placid crocodile. Number 9, would you rather try to run away from an alien, the xenomorph in the Alien series, or a predator? I guess a predator. It's a similar distinction, I guess, between the Purge and the rage-infected 28 days later. The alien is always going to try and come after you. The predator might not be that interested. There are ways we have seen in the films of escaping the predator with a nice mud pack, also good for the skin, whereas with the xenomorph, really no such defense. Finally, number 10, would you rather watch a circus featuring Pennywise or a stand-up routine featuring Freddy Krueger? Definitely stand up with Freddy Krueger. He has a proven track record of being able to make me laugh, whereas Pennywise in the most recent film, shush Max, a circus from him. I mean, we've seen that jiggy dance that he does at the end of the most recent version of it. I think an entire circus of that kind of mania would drive me insane, whereas a Freddy stand-up routine, it would be cheesy, but it would be survivable, I think. Those are my answers. I am going to tag 3 channels. Max, for your delectation. I'd like to hear answers from Frightfully Forgotten, an excellent horror channel. Horror Show Entertainment. Hi Brian, I really want to hear your answers from these. Another excellent horror channel. And not a horror channel, but a channel that is worth your time and attention. Rosenfield 10. A lot of Twin Peaks related stuff there. One of the things that they do there, Jim and Joe from New Orleans, is, sorry about that, atrocious, is alternate Oscars. The films that should have won the categories in each year from the Oscars that they brilliantly call the Fucked Up Shit Awards. Go down that rabbit hole, enjoy that channel. If you've got the time and the inclination, Frightfully Forgotten guys, Horror Show Entertainment and Rosenfield 10, I'd love to hear your answers to those questions. Good night.